What's up guys, Mr. Basie here, and today we're going to be doing a brand new game. It's a brand new idle game, so essentially it's like Adventure Capitalist, like Clicker Heroes, Cookie Clicker, those kinds of games. However, it's called Crusaders of the Lost Idols, and honestly, I wasn't going to do another, idle game, and I wanted to bring this to you because I wanted to show you guys, get your opinion on whether you'd like to see this or not. But my initial impressions is this game is actually really cool, and this is the most involved idle game that I've seen so far, and that's kind of why it drew my attention a little bit. Now, I did have the opportunity to beta test this game for about a week and a half or so, and I've learned a decent amount of stuff about the game. So I was actually much further than this, but of course everyone did get reset on launch. So I want to explain a few things here. Hopefully you can bear with me while I just kind of talk about the game a bit, and then we're going to move on. Notice I'm on level 3 because the tutorial, is kind of a little bit long. Of course, you have to do the tutorial when you start as well, but that's just to help you guys out. So anyway, you can see here that we've got 3 heroes, much similar to Clicker Heroes, all right? Well, they're called Crusaders in this game. And so it's much similar to Clicker Heroes. You see I'm clicking the enemies, I can do that. The only difference here is kind of we're like on an adventure. We're like, going down a path, venturing even further into the lands and doing things along the way. As you can see, the objectives are here just like Clicker Heroes as well. Defeat 15 forest creatures so Biggles the guard doesn't have to because he's lazy apparently. So as we move on, you'll see the next one is going to be something completely different. Collect 5 fruit baskets for the town because you're so nice. Because we're just nice people. But the cool thing about this game, and I want to show you guys right here because I have the opportunity to, is this is why the game is so involved. Look at what you can do. Hold on. These guys are apparently a little bit too difficult. They're catching up. There's the fruit basket. Anywho, wait, let me super fat mode these guys real quick so we can talk. There we go. Okay, so anyway, look at what you can do. You can grab people and move them to different positions, and you may be saying, well, why does that matter? The reason it matters is because these particular heroes, like each hero basically has different abilities. This guy, for example, Jim works better with a friend. So Jim the Lumberjack, his base damage or his DPS is increased by 100% when a Crusader is next to Jim the Lumberjack. So that essentially means that if I take good old Jim here and move him to the back away from everyone else, his DPS drops by half. And that's no good for anybody. My wolf just died. And that's another thing about this game. In this game, these guys can actually die and your squad can be totally wiped out. And you're going to have to, get bumped back to the previous level and have to do it again. Now, of course, that's not that big of a deal. You don't really get any penalty for it. But, each player that gets taken out, that affects your DPS. So, it's really based on strategy, placing your characters in the most efficient positions for whatever you're looking for. Like maybe if you get offline, I know when I was beta testing it, when I got offline, I would configure my squad for gold bonus percentage, which you can see up here. Other times when I was trying to fight a boss, or maybe there were difficult levels, I would configure them for DPS, which of course, different positions, different combinations of positions will give you different effects. Some of them are really good for gold, some of them are really good for DPS, some of them are really good for your personal click damage. So it's a really involved game, and I know I'm kind of rambling on, but I want to kind of relay to you guys how involved this is and why this idle game so far has been the most complex one I've seen. It's not just, you click a bunch of times and you get stuff, It's much more involved than that, and there's more to it too. And we'll get to that as we do progress. So let's just keep going and get a little further in the game, shall we? And really quick, it just popped up. Basically, we have the same thing that we saw in Clicker Heroes here. We have the little perks that we can do, little different things that we can do. The very first one we get from the Bushwhacker, who's the very first character we actually have. Getting into level 10 and then doing the upgrade automatically performs 10 clicks. So you can see the similarities, but at the same time, this game I found is much more fun than Clicker Heroes because of how complex it is. Alright, so now that we have the ball rolling a little bit, I did just buy another hero, Sasha the Fierce Warrior. We're going to have to super fat mode this area because this is going to get pretty ridiculous and we're going to have to do some serious damage. Because I do want to show you what you get when you beat bosses in this game. It's pretty awesome. Again, it's just another feature that I personally really like. And here we go. Let's just take out Burlington the Bear. Come on, super fat mode, work for me here. It's mostly the Crusaders, but either way. So there we go. Each boss drops a chest. And in these chests are some pretty cool stuff. They give you a lot of advantages. And it's honestly, I think it's pretty much randomized. That's kind of what I've seen. So here we go. We do have a new chest. And these chests can stack if you choose to, I guess, wait to open them. I didn't really find a point to waiting, but if you want to, you can. So either way, we opened it. We have 3 cards. All 3 are attainable, but they're randomized. So let's see what we get from the first card here. So we got a common buff, accuracy, lasts 2 minutes, 30 seconds, increase your critical click chance by 10%, and damage multiplier by 1. I think I can see the enemy's weak spot. So it's a decent card. It's not amazing, but it's decent. I've had a few of those in the beta as well. So here we go. Wooden Horn reduces ability cooldown by 0.5%. That helps a little bit. Hopefully we get something good. I want something really good right off the bat. That's what I'm talking about. Rare buff, Power Surge, lasts 2 minutes, 30 seconds, increases the DPS of all Crusaders by 400%. Keep calm and rule the world. So basically, we're going to want to use that on a boss level that we find really difficult. And the cool thing about this is, just like Clicker Heroes, you could go back at any time. You don't have to stay around. And the buff, the tip they're talking about here, the buff bar is all up here. So you have multiple ones. You can see I've got an accuracy buff. I've got a, basically an ability buff. There's some other ones. Click damage DPS buffs here, you can see. Splash DPS buffs, which I think is just like, you hurt multiple enemies at one time, which is pretty cool. You also have gold multiplier buffs, so that's pretty cool as well. But yeah, these things help you out quite a lot, and I think that's why it's really cool, because you can see here, you can get certain rings to improve your percentages of certain things. Amulets do the same things, as well as coins and gold bars. And we have this, which is, of course, what is this? This is our, Horns and Cornucopias. Reduces the ability cooldown by 5%. And that's just an ability. That's just going to be there for us. So that's just going to help us out along the way. So let's move on now that we beat Burlington the Bear. We also already defeated the 12 pesky monsters. So now we got to find, and this, I really found this kind of funny. And this is basically just letting you know that your Crusaders will fight for you while you're offline. So again, it is an idle game, and it is free, by the way. So now we have to find Farmer Brown's 8 missing apples. I found this part really funny when I played it the first time. Just notice up top, pay attention to the little quest thing at the top as we progress through these next couple levels. I found it pretty funny, to be honest. But anyway, we're just gonna kind of breeze through this level. All we need to do is find some apples. Let's see if we can actually upgrade any of these guys while we're at it. Oh, there's an apple. Might as well get it. And you don't have to like roll your mouse over it. If you let your heroes walk into it, they will grab it. So now I have the ability to upgrade the wolf. And the reason I have him so far away from everybody else is because you can see here. And I thought, yeah, like this if you cry every team. A nice little, a little touch on the top. But increase the base DPS of the Emo Werewolf. Now, there's another perk here that comes right afterwards. Increase the base DPS of this guy, who is apparently the Emo Werewolf, by 200% when there are no human Crusaders next to the Emo Werewolf. So, you can have non-human Crusaders next to him, but I found that a lot of the starting Crusaders are actually humans. And so it's kind of tough, but you need to keep this guy separated as long as you can. Alright, so now we have to find Farmer Brown's tractor, because Farmer Brown is apparently a terrible farmer, and he's losing, not only is he losing his crops, he lost his tractor as well. I don't really know how a farmer can function without a tractor, but I suppose when we find Farmer Brown, he can let us in on that secret. So, let's go ahead and while we're doing this, I think our Crusaders can Hansel and Gretel? I think our Crusaders can handle this while we kind of browse and look what we can upgrade. Oh, looks like we're gonna have to dip out. As you can see there, I lost my heroes. Like, when you start losing that many heroes, you can't do anything about it. I mean, your DPS goes down so significantly that it's, honestly, if you lose, like, I would say 1 or 2 heroes, you're really in trouble. Unless a lot of the heroes in the back are extremely powerful, and the ones in the front were, like, super weak, and they were basically just put there, kind of as cannon fodder, so to speak. Like, you were just keeping them there to actually take damage for the entire squad, which is a strategy, by the way. There are some upgrades in the future that kind of promote that kind of strategy if you would want to do that. But I always felt it was better to just have a bunch of heavy hitters on your squad rather than have that complex of a strategy, at least for fighting enemies. But looks like we have enough money to go ahead and buy this guy. So here we go. You'll see his DPS go up a lot. And if I put him close to these people, and this is what I'm talking about, you see it goes back to normal. So you have to really pay, and that's why I like this game, because you have to really pay attention to the boosts and where you're putting people. It can be negative towards you if you actually have them in the wrong spot, but it can also benefit you if you know your characters and you know what each one does, and the combinations of those things, you could end up with a really powerful squad, even with low characters, low power characters. So you definitely want to pay attention to those things, and I'm going to be trying to help you guys out with this if you are interested in this kind of a series. because I feel like I've got a pretty good understanding of it. All right, so we did find Farmer Brown just, you know, a little while ago. Well, it's actually been about 5 minutes, but I've just been grinding this to try to get a bit of money here so we can do some more upgrades before we jump to the boss, because I don't necessarily think that what we have right now is going to be good enough to beat the boss, just based on what, you know, how difficult this level was so far. So let's kind of look around and see what we got here. So we have increased base DPS of Emo Werewolf by 100%. Apparently Emo Werewolf is going through some sort of phase. We can upgrade her actually. Maybe it'll be who. Yeah, you know what it is, because this particular upgrade I found very useful, especially you know, a decent way into the game. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Aim for that upgrade, which is actually gonna be 10K, and we can get it right off the bat, which is pretty cool. So what you'll notice here, and this is kind of where I'm gonna sacrifice Lone Wolf, because you know, I could actually, for the time being, I could help out Lone Wolf, but you can see if I move this character here, the benefits of basically, what was it? 40% DPS on all the characters behind, in the column behind this character. So the best way to use her that I found is to put her in this column and have a bunch of really powerful characters lining the back column here. So while these guys are taking these, I'm just gonna swap them. You'll notice this guy got a really, you know, crappy little drop there, but we can move him in the back, and now he's back up to full strength. Of course, that's not going to last for a while as we fill our ranks, but we do have a spot where we can put him where his little bonus is still in effect. So you can see how this is, you know, already this is kind of already involved. If you weren't paying attention, you can lose. I mean, look at how much DPS we lose if we move him into a spot that's not beneficial. Look at that. That's pretty significant. That's literally almost half of our DPS, if not. So definitely something you really want to watch out for. Let's see what else. This guy increase the base DPS of Crusaders in the same column as Jim the Lumberjack by 50%. And now this is where it gets cool, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy to level 25 if we can. We can. And now notice this. He's in the same column. Now if we had... actually, let's see. This is where it could get a bit tricky. Now he's got a pretty good DPS there. He's actually the best... Oh, no, he's not. But anyway, we're going to do the upgrade. Okay. Now he got a nice little boost. This guy did not get a boost for whatever reason. I wonder why. Maybe if we add someone to the same column? Okay, let's see. If we add this guy to this column, will he drop that much? He does drop quite a bit. We add her. You know, let's move these guys back. Let's strategize a bit. Let's keep these guys separated. There we go. Look at that. That's a perfect strategy. Now, we move those two apart. He's still technically apart, but he's getting the bonus from Jim the Lumberjack. Now, we move this person back in a position where she benefits the entire squad, and she's actually not next to the wolf, if I'm not mistaken. She's not next to the wolf at all. She's actually far away. So she gives him the boost. He maintains his boost, and everyone's happy. Now we have a super powerful squad at a very low level, and that's what I'm talking about. Now, just based on this alone, we could move on to the boss and probably do some serious damage and probably beat him quite quick as well. I want to try that. But before we do that, level 10, we can probably inch this out, maybe? I don't know. No, 25k, I was mistaken. We're not getting that. As you can see, they're doing quite a good bit of damage here. We don't have a, you know, a sluggish squad here. We're going to start doing our click damage because it's going to help a little bit. And there he comes, Monster Greg, the big freaking rat. And he's getting taken down. There's no way he's even going to get close to our Crusaders, man. He's gone. And there it is. Easy as that, man. And we got a nice little boost as well for doing that. Increase the DPS of all Crusaders by 1% for beating him. We can just grab the chest. There we go. And again, and see what I mean? You tinker around with it, find the most efficient one. And see, I didn't see that right away. I personally did not see that. But we did get a nice little upgraded chest. You can see the diamond encrusted chest. So it's got a chance for better items in it, essentially. The mission for this one is to retrieve 17 pieces of Harold the Hobo's junk. What? Why do these guys have a hobo's junk? Oh, whatever. So let's go and check out what we got from this chest. I think our heroes can handle this little baby squad that's being thrown at us. 5 of the cards are in this chest, and I think we have a better chance at getting some good stuff. Let's see what's behind card number 1. So we got Uncommon Work, DeLorean, instantly gain 30 minutes worth of gold, XP, and cooldown reduction. This is definitely worth keeping. I found that it's worth holding on to these for a later point in the game because you can get some serious money by using this at the right time. So let's go ahead and see what we got from our next one. Rare Trinket, Flowered Cornucopia. Reduces ability cooldown by 1.5%. Remember, that's going to be added on to our you know, our already existing ones. So that technically I think that's 2% because we have a 0.5%, we now have a 1.5%. So that's going to help us a little bit. Rare gear, sharp sword. Increase the base click damage of the bushwhacker by 50. Nice. That's going to help quite a bit. And there's something that I forgot to mention here, is that each time you get the same one, because you can get rerolls of the same card. If I were to get Sharp Sword once again, basically that enchants the already existing Sharp Sword, which makes it even stronger. And I'll explain that in just a second when we get back to our main menu there. Let's go ahead and check out what's behind this card here. Uncommon Trinket Bronze Lucky Coin. Increase all gold found by 2%. This old coin brought great luck to the Dread Pirate Robert. Ooh, okay. That one we're probably going to use at a later time when we're getting a lot of money really quick. Let's see here what we get. Oh, another DeLorean. Nice. Okay, well, that's going to really help us out later on. We've got 2 of them now, and I'm going to save them for a rainy day because right now they're good, and they could help us out, but they're really going to help us out later when we have, you know, plus 30 minutes of gold when we're making millions or billions or whatever. Oh, here we go. Let's grab all these boots. Okay, so let me show you really quick. As you can see, it did add on to our already existing ability. Let's go back to... Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, well, I guess we have some click damage. There we go. You can go ahead and do that. So, where was that? What was I going to talk about? Oh, we have a gold coin. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that just permanently increases our 2%. That's pretty awesome. I didn't realize that. You can see we have our achievements here. I'm pretty sure these are achievements. And stats, just like Clicker Heroes. You have all our stats. So, let me just show you this really quickly. This guy has the sharp sword here. So if I were to get an enchanted point, see enchantments, that's essentially if I were to get another sharp sword, this would automatically become enchanted. And what it does right here, you'll see, each enchantment point automatically increases the DPS of the hero by 25%, which is pretty cool. Now, this is another thing that's cool that I didn't explain yet. If you have a hero in your formation, so essentially anywhere within the 10 spots you see here, if you have them in there for 5 hours, at least, every 5 hours, they'll get a experience point. And each experience point that they get, so each 5 hours that they spend in your formation, you can take them out of the formation too, but each 5 hours they spend in the formation will gain them 1 XP point, and that's going to basically give them 100% per XP point. So that's really good. I mean, if you have some favorite people here, and of course, this being an idle game, if you just leave them in your formation, they're going to get really powerful just by being there. You know what I mean? Because they're getting XP points, each XP point giving them 100% more DPS, which is pretty darn awesome. Let's see if there's anything else that'll benefit us, though. This might benefit us a little bit more, though, if we level him up, because he already has a really big boost because of Sasha. Let's go ahead and level him up a little bit more. I think we can get away with leveling up our lower characters for a bit longer without really having to dip too much into the new characters yet, which are more expensive. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of holding off on buying into her just yet, because we have based on her boost. Look at this, he's already at 9k. He's about to get another 100%. We're about to have a stacked squad just because we have the boost from this guy and the boost from her. They're both giving him a boost, as you can see. You'll see if you roll over their things, you can see what they're giving. So you can see increase the base DPS of Emo Werewolf by 50% because, or from Jim the Lumberjack. This one right here is from Sasha, 40% more on her thing. So we're gonna go ahead and boost him. 18.4k DPS now on this guy, and again, that's simply because of the boost. See, if we move him back to the front, he's still gonna have his boost. But look at how much worse he is. He's pretty much half as worse. So it's, actually more than half. More than half worse. So that's pretty ridiculous. So let's go ahead and move forward. Now at level 13. And again, we're not that far into the game here, guys. But our DPS is pretty dominant. As you can see, we're just melting people early on here. This guy's really good. I'm going to buy into him. I'm going to move him to the front for now, because I want him to maintain his thing. He's going to become good really quick. So we'll get back to this guy. Washed Up the Hermit, or whatever his name is, Washed Up Hermit, the Washed Up Hermit, by 200% when no one is in front of the Washed Up Hermit. So the reason I put him in the front is because I knew his first ability was going to be that. Also, I wanted to keep him away from everybody else, simply because this guy doesn't like that. So he's homeless, but he's still a human. He's a homeless human. So that doesn't really count in terms of this dude. Let's see, we're going to be coming up on 50k in a little bit. I'm going to grind this and get that 50k before we move on, because we're coming up on a boss, and having him 200% stronger than he already is really going to help us out. All right, so we did just get it. Here we go. We're going to see how powerful he gets. 12.7K. Now, I could theoretically move him back into this spot. Or we could try reconfiguring this formation. So we might want to try doing that really quickly. Just to see exactly what we can get out of this guy. So let's see. If I move him out of here, I don't think that's going to affect Jim the Lumberjack. Did I lose DPS? How did I lose DPS? That makes no sense. Right, so believe it or not, this configuration we've got going right here is just a tad better than if we were to basically put the homeless dude, the washed up hermit, behind the girl so she can give him the 40% boost. It's actually just a little bit better. The other configuration is 33K, this one is 35.5K, so just a tad better. We're going to go ahead and fight this boss in just a bit here. We've got one coming up. Of course, we have a bunch of abilities to use. Well, not a bunch, but a decent selection. All right, looks like that's going to be the last ruler right there. We did just complete it. And now before we move on, let's see what else we can bump up here, because I'm pretty sure we've got some things we can. Wow, look at that, man. 199,000 we have right now. I didn't even realize that. We can increase the DPS of him by 100%, so I'm actually going to try to go for that. What is that, level 10? Oh, wait, what is this? 125K. We might just be able to pull it off. Look at that. 126. Boom. Now we're going to beat this boss, no problem. 51,000 on the Washed Up Hermit. Again, that's why I'm saying he's not someone to be ignored. He's pretty good early on. So another 100% increase, but at 1 million. So we're a bit far off from there. We're just going to jump right to the boss and probably breeze right through him. But just in case, we're going to set up for super fat mode. That's like our fail safe if things start to go awry, is to get a nice little secondary boost by super fat mode. Doesn't look like we need it so far. But we're gonna give the boss guy some super fat mode anyway. Damn, Mountain Baron. Let's just go at him. You can see it really helps it speed up things. And there we go. We have it. That was a pretty easy boss. We did get a little bit of a boost there. 1% increase. We got an achievement as well. And I'm actually going to end it right here. I just want to show you guys what's going on with this. Right before we get off, let's see what we're going to roll. It's just a normal chest. So we're only going to get 3 cards. But hopefully there's some good stuff behind these cards. So we got a brass ring, increase the DPS of all Crusaders by 1%. Helps a little bit. You know, every little bit counts. Ooh, nice. Rare gold. Gain 2.12 million right off the bat. Just boom, we have it. Someone dropped their coin purse in the middle of the road. Pretty awesome. Another one. We got 1.42 million now. We got lucky, man. We found a small treasure chest on the side of the road or something. Let's see how much we have when we jump back in here. 3.71 million. So actually, before we end here, I'm just going to see what we can do with this money before we get off, because we might be able to make a little bit of a, you know, a powerhouse in terms of the gold bonus. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're moving pretty quick. So let's see, what are we going to get here? To number 25. I think that's good. We should probably try to get her. It's not really hurting us too bad, but we still have quite a lot of money. There we go. Not a big deal. That's going to give us a nice boost there. Look, 10.4K. It's really going to help us out. Okay, so we do have Sherlock Holmes. Now, he did bump us. He did, you know, get into the party here, so he's in the party. So what if I bump him here? That does raise us. Ooh, look at this. This kid apparently is really good right in the middle because he reaches every single spot. He's going to give them... Oh, no, he actually gave a poopy boost. Why? Why did he give such a poopy boost? Ooh, okay, so we're not going to move him there, man. We're not going to move him there. I think good old Gramps should be moved back here. That's probably going to give us a... No? Wow, that's... Oh, yeah, he's got to be in the front. Let's try to do a small configuration where this might work. He's not in the front, though. There we go. Wow. Look at that. In that one move alone, that really boosted things. So there's the boost that she got. Matter of fact... Oh, he's not going to get the boost, is he now? Unfortunately not. Where can we put him that he's going to be good, though? Right here, next to the kid. So we have 820 click damage. It looks like this is the most efficient spot. I'm pretty sure our DPS wasn't this good before. 111k on him. We doubled him. You know, of course, she's giving them some good boosts. All the good characters right here. Actually, what if we move him here? Nah, that drops us, unfortunately. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up right about here. Like I said before, I'm not really going to go that far in most of the episodes. I'll probably go around 10 levels or, 5 to 10 levels, somewhere around there per episode, just so we're not like really going super fast through the game, because I think this is another game that I'm going to really want to try to enjoy and not really grind out to the point where it's just annoying, you know what I mean? But honestly, this is a really promising game. I highly recommend you check it out. It's really involved, and that's what I like about it. For an idle game, it's very complex, and I think that's pretty awesome. So let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Do you want to see more of this series? I definitely wouldn't shy away from playing it again. But until then, guys, make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved. If you did enjoy, consider sharing the video as well. And if you want to become a Sage in Training, make sure you subscribe today. This has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.